As I stated, everybody gets a fair chance. There's a lot of interesting rhetoric surrounding our next guest. So I'm going to need you all to show him the same kind of love you showed to John and Peter. Give it up for our next guest, Judas. Everybody gets a fair chance on the Chris Brown Show. Give Judas a hand, y'all. He's going to clear his name if he can. Welcome to the Chris Brown Show, Judas. Judas. Yes, sir. You can have a seat here, Judas. Yes, sir. The crowd booed you, Judas, but we're going to give you a chance to speak for yourself. And we're going to give you a chance to tell your story, your side of the story. So, Judas, who were you to Jesus?
One of the disciples.
Tell us, why did you betray Jesus? Why?
Well, I knew Jesus, how man, and I wanted to be in the Jesus movement. So I got close to him, and I was there.
Where were you all when Jesus disclosed that he knew that he would be betrayed?
We was at the supper in the upper room.
What did you do after you heard Jesus say those words?
Well, I thought they were just going to scourge him or whoop him and turn him loose. I didn't know they was going to kill him.
So now, Peter and John make a claim that you betrayed him. If that is true, what were you given for your betrayal?
30 pieces of silver.
Where did this betrayal happen to take place?
In the garden.
After you took the soldiers to the place Jesus was, what did you do to let them know? They said you did something. I want to see if it's true, Judas. So what did you do to let them know who Jesus was?
I braced him with a kiss.
So what was the last thing that you did after you betrayed your friend, one you lived with, one you walked with, talked to? What did you do after that, after you betrayed him?
Well, see, I love Jesus, and he let me sit next to him, even at the supper. But when I betrayed him, and they paid me, and I found out they was going to kill him, then I killed myself.
Here it is, you all. I guess it was true. Interesting. After he betrays his friend, he kills himself. We have more guests coming up. Give it up for our friend, Judas. He's my friend. Everybody gets a fair chance on the Chris Brown Show. I have no enemies. Come on. I have no enemies. There are no enemies on the Chris Brown Show. Thank you, Judas. Our next guest we have is one who claims to have a lot of power. We're going to let him speak for himself. Give it up for Pilate, Pontius Pilate. The country people say Pontius. How you doing, Pontius Pilate? Welcome to the Chris Brown Show. Pontius Pilate. Come on, have a seat. Chris Brown Show, Pilate. Look at my notes here. We're going to jump right into this thing, Pilate. What was your position in the crucifixion, sir?
I am Pilate. I was governor and judge.
Who was Jesus accused by Pilate?
He was accused by the elders and priests, the church folks of that day.
Church people of that day. So what was Jesus' answer to to these accusations, it's apparent that you had a first-hand account of it. So what was Jesus' answer to these accusations?
Well, I asked him what he had to say about the accusations that were made. But he said not a word. He sat quietly, but unafraid.
What could you have done, Pilate? There are rumors surrounding that you could have done something. If it's true, what could you have done for Jesus?
I am Pilate, and according to the custom of the feast, I could have freed any prisoner I chose, but I wanted to take an account of the crowd wanted also.
So, you mentioned the crowd. Who did the crowd want released?
They wanted Barabbas, a robber, a thief, a treacherous man.
Wow, interesting. So what message, we're going to kind of flip the script here. Apparently there was something that your wife said. What message did your wife say to you, Pilate?
Well, while I sat on my judgment seat, I received a message from my wife. She had a dream, and in her dream it became clear to her that Jesus, this man in my court, was innocent of all his charges.
So what did she think should happen to Jesus?
She thought that Jesus should go free, and I believed her.
What did the chief priests and the elders persuade the crowd should be done to this man, to this supposedly innocent man?
Well, the crowd then called for Jesus' blood. They wanted him dead, crucified.
So what did you say as the crowd uproared? Here you go, he's innocent. But what did you say as the crowd uproared?
I said, I'm innocent of his blood. I washed my hands and I left the room.
So, as he was being beaten, once he was given over to the people, he was being beaten. So who beat Jesus and prepared him to die? Who did this?
It was my soldiers. They beat him and they mocked him.
So exactly, I have here, what exactly did the crowd want?
They wanted Jesus' blood. They wanted him crucified to death.
They wanted him crucified, but what did they do to Jesus? What did the crowd do?
They also mocked him. They spat on him. They struck him again and again. They made him a cross, and he had to carry that cross up Calvary's mountain.
Last question for you, Pilate. What was written above on Jesus' head on that cross? What was written above his head?
Above his head they wrote, the King of the Jews. But to those who believed in him, that really wasn't much news.
There we have it once again, people, from someone who had power out of this whole event. Give it up for not Pontius, but Pontius Pilate. Our next guest is an interesting fella as well. And we're going to ask him a few questions to give his account or his side of it. Give it up for the soldier. Everyone gets a fair chance on the Chris Brown show. This is not Fox News. This is, we give people equal opportunity. Soldier, let me get my notes here, soldier. Who were you? Who were you?
I was one of the soldiers of Pontius Pilate.
What did you do to Jesus?
I mocked him.
What did you do for Jesus' clothes?
Me and the other soldiers played dice for him.
Just lower your shield a little bit, Pilate, so the people over there can see you. There you go. You're not on duty right now. Why did you do this?
I thought it was a great sport.
So you tossed dice for his clothes because you thought it was a great sport. What was your emotional state? Did you feel any pity, or did you shed a tear for Jesus?
No, I didn't. I just watched as he bled, suffered, and died on the cross.
That's a cold-hearted disposition. What else did you do to Jesus, soldier?
I also took the tip of my sword and stabbed him right in the side.
Last question, soldier. What happened after you pierced him in the side and Jesus had died on that cross? What happened?
I felt a feeling, a bad feeling of awe that I shouldn't have done that. And I knew he was the Savior. It was too late.
So there was a change of heart, you all. There was a change of heart. Never give up on the individual. Give them a round of applause for the soldier.